Greetings, listeners. Welcome to Consulting Between Friends. I am your host, Michael Holmes Jr. Everyone has a voice, and knowing how to use it is powerful. There are different things that you want to fight for in your life. For example, people might fight for human, animal, and women's rights. Some people don't know how to use their voice. Using your voice properly might seem difficult for people who lack confidence. In history, people has always fought for what they believed. The ways people fight may have changed, but the abilities hasn't. Speaking up for yourself is important for your self-esteem. When your self-esteem is high, you can accomplish anything. People can express what they believe in at work, and that might create changes. In this episode, I will break down the different ways people can voice their opinions. The topic is speaking up, the problem solver. We will return after a message from our sponsor. Everyone is always planning things, and advertising is needed to make it happen. So, if it's personal or business, let Pinpoint Designs and Images solve that problem. With Pinpoint Designs and Images LLC, you will receive quality work and professional service at a great price. The service that is offered: flyers, business cards, programs, invitations, photo books, ad booklets, and much more. Michael Holmes Jr., owner/principal designer of Pinpoint Designs and Images LLC. Contact me by email or social media. Email address is pinpointdesignsandImages@gmail.com, and Instagram Pinpoint Designs, and Facebook Pinpoint Designs and Images. We are back. In your everyday life, you will run into multiple situations that will need your attention. The individual has to find a way to voice their opinion to others. This is more important than you think. If the individual doesn't speak up, the things you desire will not happen. There are different situations to speak up and voice your opinions, such as work, protests, group discussions, and leadership roles. To get someone's attention, you have to project your voice. There are ways to use your voice without yelling at individuals. When you speak to individuals, make sure not to hesitate your words. This hesitation can make the other person or individuals question your credibility, authority, and confidence. Reasons why people don't speak up. 1. Fear. Feeling threatened by emotions or the consequences of a situation. 2. Rejection. Not being accepted by others. 3. Judgment. Not being appreciated by people or respected by your character. 4. Snitching. Don't want others to know about a situation or the trouble for others. After a short break, we will return. We are back. When a person chooses to speak up about any issues or situations, the anxiety calms down that they were dealing with. Dealing with stress and anxiety is not a pleasant feeling to have. For people who have trouble speaking up, this anxiety rises at a level that will cause the person to make the wrong decisions. The person is not focusing on the consequences at the moment. So, when you take a moment to relax, the individual will be able to speak up in any environment, regardless of their challenging tasks. Having a speak up culture is a great thing. People speaking up for what they believe in eases tension. When individuals have a safe environment to speak up, they are comfortable sharing their thoughts. This is important to this generation. More people feel they don't have the right to speak what they believe in without suffering the consequences. Some people pull back to not stir up conflict. Sometimes a person doesn't know how to control their feelings. When some people get to their boiling point, some don't know how to control themselves. Some people at their boiling point become violent towards others or property. This is not a good behavior to have to deal with your problems. Violence happens because the individual doesn't know how to resolve their issue with crucial conversations. The individual has trouble communicating their thoughts to others who have offended them. There are steps the individual can take to resolve the communication problem. Steps to resolve communication problems. 1. Reserve your thinking. 2. Change your emotions. 3. Help others feel safe. 4. Invite dialogue. Benefits of speaking up and what it offers. 1. Observe the situation around you. 2. Listen to what others say. 3. Start by asking questions. 4. Prepare to speak up. 5. Speak confidently. After a short break, we will return. We are back. In closing, I hope this information is valuable to my listeners. This information on Speak Up is important because this is how you reach your full potential. If you don't believe yourself first, you will not achieve what you desire. The point of this topic is you have to know how to communicate what you need and what you want. One last thing. Remember to support local businesses. And your voice is your way to make a difference for your beliefs. Thank you for listening to Consulting Between Friends. This podcast is available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, as well other platforms that are available. So like and subscribe. Need to contact us and leave us a comment? You can find us on Instagram at Consulting the letter B Friends. Once again, Consulting B Friends. An email address is consulting the letter B friends @gmail.com. Once again, consulting B friends @gmail.com. Consulting Between Friends now has a merch online store called Podcast Merch Headquarters. This is where you can buy merch to show your support for the podcast. Some items to choose from are t-shirts, tumblers, and hoodies, as well many other things I know you will appreciate. So take the time to review the items in the store. The link will be available in the podcast notes under Podcast Merch Headquarters. Thanks again for the support. If you have an extra minute, it would be greatly appreciated if you could answer a few questions regarding the quality of the podcast. The link will be in the description. Consulting between friends. Thanks to everyone for making this possible. The host, Michael Holmes Jr., the producer and content creator, Michael Holmes Jr., the artwork cover, Michael Holmes Jr., original music, a DJ name Slash, references, Harvard Business Review, Psychology Today, OneTrust, Indeed, content distributor, My Producer Podcasts.